We are doing the Uddhava Gita, last message of Sri Krishna, chapter 2. And we had finished the entire chapter 1 yesterday. There were questions which were raised by Uddhava. If you recollect last Satsang, the questions that were raised by Uddhava, they are now going to get answered by Sri Krishna. These questions are very, very important for everybody. That is not only for Uddhava and the gods, but also for us. Why are they important? We will come to know by and by. We are doing last message of Sri Krishna, Uddhava Gita, chapter 2. The Lord said, "What thou sayest to me, O Blessed One, is indeed what I have wished to do. Brahma, Shiva, and the Lords of beings desire my going back to heaven." If you recollect, Sri Krishna was told by literally all the gods who had come down to earth to request him to come back. Uddhava is standing in front of Sri Krishna and asking him certain questions. The lords also came and they also wanted to listen to certain things. But the truth is that the entire cycle of that 125 years of Sri Krishna's life on earth is over. So he was requested by literally everybody to get back to Goloka. That brings us to a question. Then who was running Goloka in the last 125 years? Isn't it? Doesn't that tell you? Just imagine, okay, if Narendra Modi goes to America and stays there for 125 years, what happens to India? I know human beings cannot live for 125 years, but just think about it. What will happen? Just one whole year also of your life. If you go and stay somewhere else, what happens to the other place? It goes to ruins. There is a lot of problems over there. You don't know. Just think about it. The issue that comes up is, how do we run this place? I mean, is there any remote control? But let me give you an idea about it. This will be explained in one verse which is coming right now. Okay? So this verse will give you a certain understanding how this entire situation works. So Krishna is going to give a small explanation. So let us listen to it. How he was managing the Goloka and the entire universe otherwise also when he was on earth for the last 125 years. So verse 2 says, "Indeed, I have entirely finished the task of the gods for which at the request of Brahma I incarnated myself with my partial manifestation." This is the answer. He says, when I was over here on earth, I had not come with a full manifestation of myself. What is the meaning of the word full manifestation? Full manifestation means the entire workload, entire workforce, entire operating table, the whole thing that is needed, you have to go with it. Just imagine if I am going to another place for recording, say, a satsang. Do you think I will carry my entire paraphernalia of stuff around over here? No, I will just take a small portable equipment, isn't it? Right? In the same way, think like that. If I have to do something which is a small significance to that particular location, then I will go for prepared for that location alone. So Sri Krishna, when he came to earth, he had come in a partial manifestation. Though it is mentioned in some other books that he was a complete manifestation. So let me give you a rundown of this manifestation which we are talking about. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna very clearly said that this is my Virat Swarup. The entire from left to right and top to bottom, the entire number of avatars that I have come on this earth with. Okay, this was just an idea. But that is not the entirety at all. It is one of the avatars. One of the avatars of Sri Krishna is the Virat Swarup. One. In the end of Bhagavad Gita, he talks about the four-armed one. Right? And then when he is talking to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, he is talking of the two-armed one. So there is a two-armed one, there is a four-armed one, there is an entire Virat Swarup. And here in Uddhava Gita, he is talking to all the gods. So what is the form that he is utilizing at that point in time? Just the way when we have to talk to our children, we talk to them like parents, isn't it? We are not talking to them as some outsider. But when we go to office or when we go to work, how do we talk to people or colleagues around us? Exactly in a different way. We are not going to talk the way, or we are not going to express ourselves the way a person will express at home. That expression is going to be completely different. So this is the reason why Krishna is talking about this is my partial manifestation. So what are the other manifestations that are there with him? So there were three other manifestations. Okay. One is Balram. You know Balram was his brother. So Balram is there. Then we have Pradyumna, Anirudh. So these are two. That is son, grandson. Like that. Four of them put together. So all these manifestations are handling a certain characteristic or a certain domain. And that is the reason why he is talking about partial manifestation, not an entire manifestation. When he was in Gokul, then it was a complete manifestation for a very short duration of time. So think like that. When Krishna was born, there were two manifestations which happened. Krishna's manifestation and the Vishnu manifestation which happened in the beginning. You see, he showed his parents the Vishnu manifestation, right? And then he was born as Krishna. So there were two manifestations which he showed. And afterwards, as a child, when he goes to, when he is taken to another place, Vrindavan, Golok, all those places that are around, say, Mathura, 20-30 kilometers around that place. At that point in time, he has spoken with more gopis and so on and so forth. There are a lot of gwalas over there. That is one other manifestation. But that was supposed to be his complete. His complete manifestation was that. But it was for a very short duration of time. Later on, when he is leaving with Akrura, he says very clearly that I am still going to be staying over here in Vrindavan. He is very clear. He says, I will stay in Vrindavan. Then who is the one who goes over to the other place, Mathura, and kills the uncle and establishes the grandfather as the king? Who is that? That is another manifestation of his. You will ask me, how many manifestations are there? There are too many. And too many that cannot be counted. So don't bother your head about, who went over there? What did he do? So the reason why he is not recognized, when some of the gopis go and visit, they visit Mathura for some time. And when they visit Mathura, they cannot recognize Krishna there. Why do they not recognize Krishna there? Simply because it is one of his manifestations. Got it? It's exactly the same thing when Jesus Christ rises from the dead. right? On the third day, on Easter, when he comes back to life and he walks in front of Mary Magdalene, Mary is not able to recognize him. She looks at him in disbelief. Who is this person? So Jesus has to remind her, I am Jesus, Jesus of Nazareth. See, here I am. But this is not the avatar that I died over there on the cross. Then he tells her to get all the disciples together, all the apostles together. Now, this is the idea which you need to remember. The one who visits the apostles and Mary Magdalene is not the one who died on the cross. Okay? That is another individual, that is another manifestation. This manifestation, which is for a very, very short duration of time after the resurrection, this manifestation is a very tiny portion of it. But it has got a lot of pluses in it. That is why it is not a partial manifestation, it's a complete manifestation. It contains even the Father in him. So I hope you get the point. So the last portion, when Jesus reveals himself to his devotees, as they are called apostles, these apostles get to experience a bigger manifestation of Jesus. That is the Father in heaven. Got it? So here in this case, he is telling us very clearly, this manifestation of mine is a partial one. Okay, so now do you understand who was ruling the Goloka up there? So Krishna's full manifestation is in Goloka. Complete. That means he is complete. When he came down to earth, it was split up into different components. One of them is not acknowledged in some books. One manifestation is not at all acknowledged in some books, and that is the Radha's manifestation. In some books, there is no mention of Radha anywhere. So you will find the entire Bhagavatam doesn't talk about Radha at all. Neither does the Bhagavad Gita, nor does Uddhava Gita. None of these books talk about it. But there are others where he is discussed as another manifestation, which is called Radha. So Radha is his half portion. Radha is half of Krishna. That is, Krishna is the male portion, Radha is the female portion. It's actually not male and female, but for understanding purpose, for a small mind, what can you do? You have to give an idea. Okay, it's a male and a female. Okay, fine. Let us get it at that. So that is one of the manifestations. Then there are gopis. So many of them. Then there are the avatars, which is 16,108 wives of his, which is also a manifestation, by the way. So now how many of them have? If you total it up, you can start piling it up into a bigger and bigger. Then we have Balram and so on and so forth. So now I hope you got the point why there are so many manifestations. And the Purna avatar was there only for a very short duration of time, and the rest of it were partial avatars. And that is the reason why he says, indeed, I have entirely finished the task of the gods, for which at the request of Brahma, I incarnated myself with my partial manifestation. So Krishna came on earth only for that partial manifestation of his, for concluding a certain part of his, the deeds which were required to be done. If you remember, he was responsible. In the original story, it is mentioned how Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashyap were destroyed, and then later on Ravana and Kumbhakarna and so on and so forth. So all these avatars were destroyed in the previous avatar of his. Now here in this one, we are talking of some more. Alright. So now he has finished his job and he has been requested by gods to come back. So he is going to go back. We are doing verse 3 now from chapter 2 of the Uddhava Gita. This line, which is thoroughly burnt by the curse, will come to destruction through mutual fight, and the sea will submerge this city on the seventh day. Fourth verse says, O noble soul, as soon as I leave this world, it will be shorn of his well-being and will soon be overtaken by Kali, the spirit of the dark age. So in these two verses, Krishna is giving a very dire warning to us. He is saying, here is the beginning of Kali Yuga. And Kali Yuga's beginning means complete destruction of this entire age. This entire four yugas that were there, no, they will be the last yuga will be there. It's called the Kali Yuga. If you recollect, the first three were over. When Krishna was dying, the third one was getting over. So it's getting over. The third one is called the Dwapara. So Dwapara is getting over. When Sri Ram ended his life, it was the Treta. And before that, it is the Krita, or as we call it as a Satyuga. So Satyug, and then it was Treta, then it is Dwapara, and now the last one is called the Kali Yuga. So this Kali Yuga is extremely the most vulnerable one, because it is the termination point. It's the end point of everything. So he says, as soon as I leave this world, it will be shorn of well-being and will soon be overtaken by Kali. What are the portents that are there for this particular yuga? This yuga is going to be the termination point, like I said. Then everything that is evil will be coming to the fore. There is no goodness left in this last yuga. The last yuga has absolutely no truth in it. Now this sentence which I am saying is very, very true. When I come to the next verse, it will give you an idea that everything that you see, everything that you hear, whatever your senses are telling you is all fake. There is nothing real in it. And I will show you by examples why this is so important. So Krishna is giving us a forewarning. He is saying that the moment I am going to leave this place, this entire place is going to get shorn of the well-being. That means nothing good will remain in this world. People think that there is a certain amount of goodness remaining in this world. I'm sorry, there is no goodness at all. People are self-centered, everybody is focused in their own world, nobody is bothered about what is happening in this world. Okay? We have no clue about how to go about becoming spiritual also. Spiritual is a part-time job, by the way. It's a part-time thing. It's a very tiny portion of people's life. Today is Saturday. We should go to Anjaneya temple. Okay, so people go to Anjaneya temple. Today is Monday, then they will go to some other temple. What is the meaning of all this? And then sometimes people will come over here. Guruji, it is Sunday. I will not eat any food because today it is my vrata. Okay, today is your vrata. What happens to the rest of the week? I am very busy in my work schedules. So nobody thinks of God. Nobody thinks of, getting out of this world, completely out of this. That means you want self-realization. Nobody cares for self-realization. They say, what is this self-realization? Who cares about it? Anyway, we are in the fourth yuga. Even the great people will say we are in the fourth yuga. What is the point of self-realization? Let us all come back, enjoy our last portion of our life, and then go away. Right? Have you seen a person who is dying? That person still wants to be alive. Can I be alive for some more time? Why? What is there to be alive for? Nobody understands why. And this part of life where nobody cares for what we are here for. We think, the human beings think that they have enough time in hand to wrap up their life. Okay? How many karmas do you have? Too many of them, isn't it? Why do you want to continue doing more and more and more? So this yuga, Kali Yuga, will completely blind us. And what is it going to do? Let us see. Verse 5 says, Thou too shouldst not stay here after I leave the earth. For, O good soul, men will be addicted to the evil in the iron age. Men will be addicted to the evil in the iron age. When evil, what kind of evil was there was asked to Ramakrishna Paramahansa. He said, Kamini Kanchan. Kamini Kanchan translates into lust and greed only. People are going to be lusty, people are going to be greedy. That means they just want to satisfy their lustful desires and their greed. These are the two things which he was talking about. It's not only these two. It is literally everything that is needed. Like they will have all the other negative elements also. Like anger. They will have no faith in God. No faith at all. People are going to be faithless. They are going to be evil. Lust and greed doesn't make an evil. Evil person is evil otherwise also. How is evil? The person enjoys killing, enjoys all the bad stuff. He doesn't care how things are moving around in this world. See, yesterday on the highway, there were these bikers. They were going on the highway. And one van went and mowed down 7 of them. 7 bikers all at one time. Now, who is right and who is wrong in this? Were the bikers on the right side, or the driver of that car or that vehicle, was he on the right side? Nobody has any clue. You heard of some stars who mowed down people who were sleeping on the sidewalks because he was totally drunk. How does that work? And there are people in this world who, those who have heard about whatever crises that are going on in this world, how people have been trashed, they have been killed, they have been butchered, and just for some stupid reason, absolutely no reason whatsoever. The terrorist attacks that are happening, is there any reason for this kind of a terrorism? There is no way in knowing that. Recently in Sri Lanka, so many people were killed in the church blasts that were there. For what reason? Logic will tell you logic itself will tell you there is no logic, right? Complete mayhem for no rhyme or reason. 2 oil tankers were destroyed. For what reason? Come on. It is very, very precious resource. Oil is a precious resource. And if you are trying to, kill those 2 tankers right in the middle of the ocean, what is the point? Can you understand? This is absolutely senseless kind of a stuff that is going on in this world. There is no answer for it. If you think about it, it's think everything in this world. Look at the clothes that people are wearing nowadays. Just now there was some awards function. The person was wearing something like a tapestry, and you could see through the person in and out. What kind of clothes do they wear? There is no way of knowing. The kind of food people are eating. They are talking of eating bugs nowadays. Okay, I'm going to eat a grasshopper. Yum, yum. What do you mean by eating a grasshopper? There are restaurants across the world which are serving all kinds of nonsensical food. In Japan, they give you something which is called puffer fish. It is one of the most dangerous fishes in the world. Why do you want to eat that puffer fish? Aren't there other fishes in this in this world to eat? No, I have to eat that only because it is very poisonous, so I have to eat it. Right. And then drugs. There are dangerous drugs that are there. I think 13 people are killed in some Dominican Republic somewhere. 13 Americans. For what reason? And I don't know. What did they eat? No idea. There some green color foam was coming from their mouth. So, did you get the point? All this is senseless. If you think about it, oh my god, there is no brain. Nobody has brains. And we think everybody is so brainy. Right? You want to know the time, you buy the most expensive phone. I thought you could have bought one small alarm clock which would have cost 100 bucks or 200 bucks. No, I have to buy a 20,000 rupees or a 50,000 rupees phone to see the time in it. Wow. and I need a phone. See? Okay, let me not go into it. So, we have come to the end of the first five verses. These first five verses were talking about how Krishna is partial manifestation and how he was going to tell us what is happening in the current yuga. So, now today we are starting this next half of it where the current yuga is going to get bashed a lot. Don't worry. Okay, so we are going to learn about all the funny things that are going to happen now. So, chapter 2, Uddhava Gita, verse 6 onwards. Giving up thy love for the kinsmen and friends, and renouncing everything, roam thou over the world with evenness of vision, fixing thy mind wholly in me. So, this is an advice given to Uddhava. What is he saying? Giving up thy love for thy kinsmen. That means kinsmen, people, those who you are associated with, and friends. Your relatives, your friends, and whoever that is around you, just give up thy love. Means what? Don't think they are the ultimate thing in your life. See, human beings, when they are associated with people around them, if you are associated with some people, what happens to you? You are in love with them. You want to be with them. You want to associate with them. Isn't it? Think. So let us take one example. If you are a person who is a citizen of North Korea, in North Korea you have your mother, father, brother, sister, husband, this, that, so many of them around you, correct? And suddenly you are running away from this country and you go to some other country and become a citizen of that country. What happens to you? Do you still retain that same love and whatever devotion that you had for those people over there? No. Now you are in, say, America or China or some other country, or maybe Canada or Australia. First and foremost, you cannot go back to your North Korea, right? Then you are not even supposed to meet your whoever relatives they are. You don't even come to know about them. You know, when one very important thing in life is if you want to take out anybody from your life, just say, out of sight, out of mind. You know that line which is there, out of sight, out of mind. And then take them out of your, that address book, huh? And don't have any updates of theirs in your Facebook and this and that. You know how the story goes, no? Don't have any updates of theirs. If you have some updates of theirs coming in, then you are going to be thinking, oh my god, this person is doing like this, and your heart will go back to the same place. Many years ago, I had a very funny story that happened. Okay, there was this man who approached me. First, a woman approached me, and she said, Guruji, I have a problem in life. Okay, my husband, he doesn't care for me. I listened to their story, I never said anything. Then a couple of months later, the husband approached me and he said, Guruji, I want to show you something. I said, what? I want to show you how my wife is going out with somebody and something is happening. I said, is that so? And he had brought his car along to take me with him. So I went with him. And then he showed me how his wife is going to meet somebody else and so on and so forth. And then I asked him, what is this happening? I don't understand. Can you give me the complete brief about it? Oh, you don't know. My wife, she joined this old school group. School group. She was studying in some blessed school somewhere and she joined that school group. And there was this guy who was there in her class. And she started corresponding with this person. Okay, hi, how are you? Let us meet for the annual function, let us do this, let us do that. And then this man who was already married and this woman who was already married with 2 kids, this man was already married with, I don't know whether they had kids or no, and finally they made a pact of meeting in some other place. One was from Mumbai, one was from Bangalore, and they decided to meet in a neutral place called Pune. And then this woman went away, and she took her daughter also. The son was left behind. And this whole story evolved in such a way that she met this man and they both decided we have to give up. For what reason? For just for some Facebook, some update that you got? Some person that you knew from the past? 3 months later, the woman came back. What? Why? Because of next verse. So I hope you understand. The next verse will come up and it will tell you something completely different. All this is illusion. That is what it is. So, everything that you think of, those young men and women who keep on falling in and out of love or keep on going on that, that app of theirs, right, left, you can ask them, what have they got out of it? And the answer is very simple. Nothing. I'm live. Okay. So maybe you can edit it out. So this story which I gave you just now about this man and this woman, finally they came back together. She said sorry to him and I was there when she came back. And the whole thing then petered out. Nothing remained. So, and the husband said, it's okay, I'll take you back and we'll all settle down together. You won't have this. But for what reason? For that 15 days, 20 days of whatever the hell that she was up to or he was up to, it was terrible. And it affected literally everybody there. So why get into all these things? Now this whole thing, what exactly it is? So first and foremost, understand these relationships that we have with our friends, relatives, whoever that they are there in the world are just temporary. They do not have any great significance in anybody's life. The same wife that you may have, the same husband that you may have, may take you to the cleaners. Take the case of this Amazon Bezos fellow. What has happened to him? 50% of his income gone, one stroke, like that. But when he was getting married, what is yours is mine and what is mine is yours. Everything was fine. Now, that is yours and this is mine. You cannot touch this money. I cannot touch that money. So what happens to the company and the employees also? 50% of the money goes from one place, 50% goes to another place. What happens to the employees? What happens to the millions of people who are associated with the company? Do you get the point? Great film stars, when they divorce their wives, all this Brad Pitt kind of a story, what happens to them? The children, they get into trouble. So, who are they responsible for? Are they responsible for their husbands, wife, children, this, that? So, this is the reason why Krishna is telling Uddhava, throw this nonsense out of your life. Give up this love for these children and husband and wife and all the relatives of yours, your friends that you think are going to be with you. This everything is temporary. Renounce everything. Roam in this world with evenness of vision, fixing thy mind wholly on me. Just think about me. You can roam in this world. That is like an Avadhuta. But he is giving the teaching on the last day of his life. Remember this. If the God Almighty is giving a teaching on the last day of his life to his dearest devotee called Uddhava, don't you think we need to also take something from it? Why are we still thinking, my mummy, my daddy, my husband, my wife, my children? We don't have to, because nobody is going to be with you after this. They are all a part of a illusion. Okay? So, he has given an advice in one verse like this. But we are going to build up the story. Why is he giving this kind of an advice? So at this given moment in time, just take it as a simple verse which says that you need to do this kind of a thing. Why do you need to do this kind of a thing? Let us see. So chapter 2 verse 7 from the Uddhava Gita, whatever is cognized by the mind, speech, eyes, ears and the rest, know that all to be a figment of the mind. Have you heard of the word phantasm? A phantasmagoria, and withal doomed to pass away. He is just calling it nothing but a grand illusion. Alright, so what is he saying? Whatever that you see, hear, think with your mind. How does this work? Cognized by the mind, speech, eyes, ears, and the rest. No, it is a figment of your imagination of the mind. What is this imagination that he is talking about? Assume today there is a person who is living a life for a couple of years, maybe 40, 50 years. And they have worked for some number of years in some company. 10 years or 20 years, somebody has worked in a company. What happens when they retire? Does anybody give a damn? Nobody gives a damn. When you are leaving your company, try going back to them. You just want to get some letter from them. You are going to have a very difficult point over there. Can you come tomorrow? Can you come day after tomorrow? I will send you an email. How many excuses the same person who was your colleague will give you? Now think of a woman or a man who is just divorced and has already met somebody else. Remember, you might have spent 20 years of your life with this person. After the divorce, can you go and say, hi, how are you? A person will look at you as if, what the hell are you talking about? And what do you think this is? You try touching that person will file a suit against it. Okay, this person is trying to do this to me. What? What are you trying to do? Recently there was a case, where the actor was trying to act with the actress, and during a particular dance sequence he was trying to touch here and there, and she filed a case against him saying that this person is trying to molest me. Think about it. You are already in a profession which everybody knows you are supposed to be doing all those kind of things. Okay, what are you talking about? If you are so much worried about somebody touching you here and there, why are you in a profession which requires you to do that? And there are other professions around. If you are some postgraduate in some great subject, why are you in this acting field industry? Go away, get lost from there. You don't have to be in that place, no? If you are going to be standing in a bar as a bartender, and if you are going to tell the world, I don't drink, how can you serve the people over there? You yourself don't know the taste of it, and if somebody says, can you give me something nice, what are you going to give? Imagine a vegetarian person is going to serve a non-vegetarian dish in a restaurant. I am a vegan, or I am a vegetarian. Oh, this steak, this fillet is very nice. How do you know it is nice? You got the point? This is very nice. What do you mean this is very nice? You should know the taste, isn't it? Then you will be able to understand. So everything that you see, hear, touch, feel is all fake. There is nothing real. The people who are the critics, they have never done the thing which the person has done. The artist, suppose there is a songwriter or a singer, okay, a podcast, or maybe there is somebody who has written a book, somebody who has done a drawing or a painting, a sculpture, whatever art that is there. Who is criticizing it? Somebody who has no idea about it. So there are critics who are writing great things about the whatever that the person has done. He has written a book, and this critic is saying such a useless book it is. And the painting, is that called a painting? What do you mean is that called a painting? You have never held a brush in your hand and you are criticizing someone who has done a painting. Can you see it is all fake? Like everywhere in this world, there is the very important phrase which has come up. It is called fake news. In America, it is called fake news. In India, it is called fake news because 90% or 95% of the newspapers and the publications are against the main person who is running the country. In America, I think 90% of the people are against that Donald Trump over there, and in India, the 90% of the media is against Narendra Modi over here. I don't think they can do that in China. Huh? Nobody. They don't dare do it in China. Okay? Why? They will not be allowed. Why? This is how the world is. It's all fake. Everything is fake. We are very happy people. Some of the countries will say, we are very happy people. Oh, we are very happy people from which point of, what is the yardstick that you are using? So everything is a phantasm. Everything. So in the previous verse, he was talking about relationships. How are the relationships a phantasm? Think. The same mother, the same father that was there with you. We have a case right here in front of us. A mother, this person is a mother. She had to give up her child. She has not seen the child in the last so many donkey's years. When I asked her, how is your child? How is your baby? I don't know. Don't you want to see? He's with my husband. What am I supposed to do? So, what kind of relationship is this? There is no relationship there. So, any person who says that they have a relationship with another person, they are all talking nonsense. It is just a temporarily, like you are going together for a movie, you are watching the movie, you are very happy, you don't know who is sitting next to you also. Our relationships are like that. We are watching the movie of our life and going along with another person while we are watching the movie. And when the show is over, now we all go out to our own place and then we criticize the movie, isn't it? 2,000 people were killed in that John Wick 3. Why? I don't know. He just loves to kill. Maybe he's a superstar, so he likes to kill. So that is the reason why. Why does it matter? Just a movie, nobody cares. Did you get the point? He has given an examples. First he says mind. What is recognized by the mind is all fake. The mind is going to tell you one thing, whereas something is happening completely different. Can you see this big mosquito over here? Shitty, take that thing and kill that fellow. This is like that Doordarshan. Okay, it is going to make noise. That is going to make noise. We'll have to eliminate this portion from the feed. Huh? Later on. Just now you get fed with this mosquito also. What to do? Funny portion, isn't it? So there's a comedy in between. Stand-up comedy by the mosquito. Okay. What is recognized by the mind is also fake. Like this mosquito coming in over here. We're trying to drive it away. That is also fake. Is it there in front of you? No, it is over here. But it appears to you, oh, he is doing something. Do you understand? The mind throws such funny things. What is seen by the mind is completely different. Remember this. It is a story which I was seeing yesterday. Some woman and men Swamijis of this one. I'm coming from Brazil, and there is no Vedanta in Brazil. Okay, if there is no Vedanta in Brazil, who cares? Can you see this fellow again roaming around me? Yeah, very good. Huh. Now he's dead, poor fellow. See, he's dead. Doesn't matter. But if I were a Jain, I would say you are not supposed to kill. See, this is the point. Some religions will tell us not to kill. Some religions will say, why don't you eat it up? See, what I mean to say is that there are different things in this world, and which is the truth? Neither this what you saw just now is the truth, nor killing the mosquito is the truth. Nothing is real in this case. Everything is all fake. It is an illusion created by your own mind. The mind tells you, I am in love with this person. It's all nonsense. We are talking about marriage in between, isn't it? Let us say. The marriage is just a certificate. Just one stupid letter which says that this is what it says. X is married to Y. And it just happened in a jiffy. Jiffy in the sense, how much time did it take to get married? Hardly any. And that letter says you are married to this person. Now try getting out of it. That one piece of paper is going to cost you your life, your lifetime saving, your entire brain. Everything is going to get all chewed up, isn't it? Getting out of that one letter of it. Can you delete it? At least on a computer there is a delete button, but in real life there is no delete button. So this thing is all fake. Can you understand? Can you see the whole reality of it? I recently heard some person that I know had to pay 28 lakhs through the nose. Why? Well, don't ask me. Maybe that son was a gay. I have no idea. But why? Why do you want to get married if you are gay? There are people in this world who are adopting children, even if they are gay. Have you seen or no? Huh? And they will say, this is my son and this is my daughter. There is no son daughter. They have bought them from somewhere. Bought them means given money to somebody. And somebody is having, surrogate children. For what reason, nobody knows. First and foremost, you can't take care of yourself and you want to have children in this world. I mean, why bring these kind of people in this world when you can't take care of yourself? This is all fake. And some people do so much to get pregnant. Here you'll go to this doctor, that doctor, get injected, do this, do that, hundreds of tests, thousands of tests, so much money down the drain to have one baby, and after you have a baby, we are going to go for a divorce. What is the point in bringing that child in this world when you are going to go through this hell? So do you understand? This is all nothing but your mind's creation. Okay, speech. I am giving you a speech just now. What is real in that speech? Just before the election, everybody gives speeches. Everybody gives speeches. We are going to serve the nation. After they get elected, they have disappeared. Then they are filling their pockets, coffers, they are filling their... For what? Nobody knows. Whatever speech a person has given, you should go to all these YouTube channels and see the speech. There are a lot of people who wear blue color, lenses, and they look like Americans. Indians who look like Americans. And they also have a wife who looks like an American. And then they also say, oh, you all should do like this. Okay, they are making millions because of talking through their channels. But in their real life, nothing is real. Everything is fake. Whatever they are saying is also fake. I will give you one example. First, I have to straighten myself out. Example is this. How many classes are there which will teach you how to become millionaires? Lots of classes, isn't it? How many classes are there which will tell you how to act? Lots of classes, all right? So many things are there. How to make $1 million on YouTube and this and that, so many. How many have become millionaires after seeing those classes? Nobody. But the person who has put up that video has become a millionaire because you have paid for it. Isn't it? Huh? There are people who will give all motivational speech. Yeah. You can do this, you can do that. This person who is attending this kind of classes, yes, I can do this, yes. And the person will say, now raise your hands and say, yes, I can do it, yes, I can do it, yes, you can do it. After the class is over, I am going to make my billions, millions, or something like that. And then he goes back home and he's looking at his kids over there and his wife and he says, yeah, I have to make my millions. And the next day he goes to office. Yesterday was a nice day, you know. I just thought that I can be a millionaire. Today I can't even think. Thousand rupees saving also I can't do. Why? I'm back in my world, you know, and it hits me very hard. Tapak, it hits me very hard. I can't make those millions. But I paid $5,000 for that stupid fellow. You know, he stood on that big thing and he made a loud noise, and I also. The only thing that I paid for was the lunch, maybe. So 3 days of lunch or 4 days of lunch. Same thing with yoga classes. They will make all those contortions of the body. You know, when you're going for yoga classes, you can do this, you can do that, you can put your head here and legs there and hands there and there. After the yoga classes are over, you go back to your world. Why are you having this, you know, tummy? Yoga classes, you know, they got over. That means they were paying for the yoga classes. It got over. After that, they have fat here, fat there, and fat in their head also. Did you get the point? One day you celebrate yoga day. Next day is bhoga day. Bhoga means having food, by the way. Next day you will eat enough. I met somebody 3 days ago. I put on so much weight. Okay. I don't eat so much here, really. This laddu is very nice. Ting. Oh, this is very nice. Ting. And one more. And one more. And I'm just looking. The whole plate got empty, by the way. I want to reduce my weight. How can you reduce your weight when you have eaten at least 30 spoons of sugar in it? Okay? You can't reduce. You got the point? I'm going to do exercise from tomorrow morning. Exercise. I can't get up till 10 a.m. in the morning. How can I do exercise in the morning? By the time I get up, it is afternoon. So these are the funny things. Okay. We have starting trouble. Once the class is over, then we have starting trouble. You know this? Once the class is over, you know, you go for the class all charged up. I want to do this. A speech. We give a nice speech. Somebody calls it spiel. Okay, you give a nice spiel to that person and say, oh, I'm going to get this thing done. Okay. After that, after the class is over, nothing is happening. Nothing. No start. The car is gone dead. It's gone cold. Okay, it doesn't start only. This is our problem. So don't give any speeches. Whatever you give speeches with your mouth is all fake. I have people promising me, Guruji, you know, it is very difficult to come to Goa. Okay, so can you not shift to Bangalore so that in Bangalore I will come? Oh, I am in Bangalore. Nobody is there. You got the point? So that speech which a person gives, you know, when you are in Bangalore, I am going to be there, doesn't work at all. Whatever you talk from your mouth, can you keep the word? Can you say, yes, I am going to do this? This is the fake world that we have. The fake news, the fake world, everything is all fake. And Krishna, he said this maybe thousands of years ago. He said this. He knows about all the fake news that was going to be there. What you see with your eyes is also unreal. What you see with your eyes is unreal. Have you heard of 3D glasses and all that? Have you seen those goggles that they wear? What is that called? Virtual reality. We are living in a world of virtual reality now. You are wearing glasses. Nothing is real. Okay, all this is creation of artificial intelligence. Intelligence, artificial. There is nothing real in it. Okay, everything, even the food that you eat is unreal. I saw somebody on the internet. They were selling a cabbage, and that cabbage was not a cabbage at all. It looks like cabbage, but it is not cabbage. It looks like pomegranate, but it is a creation of art. I mean, I don't understand. What do you mean by this? You know, all those restaurants which win the big prizes, or they call it some uh, Michelin restaurant, Michelin star restaurant. Okay, how much food do they keep on the platter which they charge you a bomb for it? This much only. Oh, it contains this, it contains that. What do you mean it contains this and that? I have come here to eat. No, Michelin star restaurant, you don't go to eat, you go to appreciate the food. You go to appreciate the food, you go in the fields and appreciate it. Okay, some nice apples that you see hanging. Maybe you can take a trip to Italy or some such place and see those all those beautiful things. What do you mean by appreciate the food? You want to pay through your nose for appreciating food? The same thing. You see, if you go to some big 5 star or 7 star hotel, okay, the person who is doing all your bed and linen and all, have you ever been to their houses? It's like a pigsty, you know. You know, the person who is doing your bed and your linen and all those things in a 5 star hotel, you go to the house of that person who is doing it, it's like a pigsty. You will not even find the right sheet over there. Why is that? That is my job. This is my house. Got it? Somebody who is doing the cleaning of the rooms and all, or cleaning of the hotel, or cleaning of the roads outside, you go to the road outside their own house, they will find everybody, all the pigs are there, all the dogs are there, there is poop all over the place. That is not my job, that is municipal job. Okay, municipality's job. It's not your job. So we are living in this kind of unreal world where nothing is real. What you eat is not real, what you drink is not real. You see, when you are drinking the canned juices, you see the canned juices that are there? You know, you get they call it fresh juice, by the way, fresh juice. Okay, canned fresh juice. Go and read the ingredients of that. It contains so much of extra sugar, so much, and it is saying natural. There is nothing natural in a fruit juice which has been put in that bottle for and that packet for maybe 6 months. Okay, I don't understand what is fresh in that. Nothing is fresh in that. Flowers, they are fresh. 10 days ago they were in Amsterdam. Now they are fresh. Fresh flowers 10 days ago in Amsterdam they were there and now they are fresh. I mean, think about it. They are artificially kept fresh, isn't it? Nothing is real again. So, if wherever people are saying there is a food chain which sells fresh sandwiches, I saw the fresh sandwiches that are there. These are the pickles, these are the onions, these are the tomatoes, these are this, these are. Okay, we cut them in the morning, by the way. We cut them in the morning and we are going to serve them fresh. But I am having it at 6 o'clock in the evening. How can it be fresh when it was cut at 9 a.m. in the morning? There is nothing fresh in that. Okay. Then there is another chain which says, we cut our food right there on the spot. It comes farm fresh and you pay through the nose for it. It's an American chain. It's not here in India as of now. So you should be thankful that it has not come over here. What is fresh in that? The only thing that is fresh is the money that you are paying them. Okay, the rest of it is not fresh at all. You're paying through your nose for that stupid thing. The idea that we are getting something really cool in this world is all fake. So, what you see with your eyes is wrong. Alright? What you hear with your ears is wrong. What you think with your mind is wrong. Do you see what has happened today? I was told very clearly, and this was a response that was given by some of my disciples. They said, you know what, Guruji, you have lost the way of doing, what is this that you keep on looking at things and talking? We have done 1 hour of our satsang today. Did you recognize it? This is what used to happen in my previous satsang, 3 hours of satsang, and people were just, they were looking at it. You have to tell me, do you like this kind of a satsang or the one which was 15 minutes? Yes, of course, you have to tell me. So we are coming back to this verse back again because, like I said at the beginning, each verse is going to be very, very important. It is going to tell us exactly how we are facing this world. Is it real or is it unreal? And this is a continuation. We will do it next week when we meet again. This phantasm that Krishna is talking about, we will open with this verse and we'll do the next verse after that. Okay? So I'll leave you at this juncture and I'll see you all in the coming week. Take care. You have a very great day. Bye.